we just saw that compassion reflects Jesus' deepest heart. Now, consider this example. Imagine there's a compassionate doctor, right? That doctor is traveling for a long time, and he or she is traveling to a very deep jungle. All right. And the reason why this doctor is traveling to this deep jungle, to the interior part of this jungle, is to provide medical care for the tribal people who are affected there with a certain disease. All right. So all the medicines have flown in, the medical equipment have been flown in, எல்லாமே அங்கே வந்துடுச்சு, மெடிசன்ஸ் தேவையானது எல்லாமே அங்கே அரைவ் ஆயிடுச்சு. ஆனால் அந்த மக்கள் வந்துட்டு அந்த மெடிசனை எடுத்துக்க மாட்டுறாங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். This doctor is saying he is already wealthy, right? He doesn't need to be paid anything, right? But these people are not wanting to take the medicine, the relief that he has come to give them, to provide care for them, to treat the sick, and to give a certain amount of healing and cure to them. These people don't want all of these things. Okay, just consider that as an example. These people say that they want to heal themselves. நாங்களே பார்த்துக்கிறோம், உங்கள் ஹெல்ப்லாம் எங்களுக்கு தேவையில்லை அப்படின்னு இந்த ட்ரைபல் பீப்புள் வந்து சொல்கிறாங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. இந்த மருத்துவர்கிட்ட ட்ரைபல் பீப்புள் வந்து சொல்கிறாங்க. ஆனால் அதில் ஒரு சில பேர் மட்டும், கடைசியாக ஒரு சில பேர் மட்டும் என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கன்னு எண்ணி பாருங்க. அவங்க வந்து இல்லை, இந்த ஹெல்ப் நாங்கள் எடுத்துக்கிறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். Some of them say finally that they will take up the medicine, receive the doctor's help, and receive the medical relief to cure their disease, right? Now just imagine what the doctor would feel. The doctor would feel joy, right? And there will be no limit to that joy. And consider, in that example, consider this as well, right? His joy increases to the degree that the sick people over there, they come for help, because that's the whole reason he is there, right? That's the whole reason he or she is there, that the doctor is there, is to provide medical relief for these people so that they can receive it and get cured and be healed. So when they receive it, he will be very, very joyful. அவர் மிகவும் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைந்திருப்பார். The same example, but with a twist. Now imagine that when the doctor is taking that medical relief to another place, and the people who are receiving that medical relief is the doctor's relatives, his own family. Now imagine the joy that he or she must have, that the doctor must have. That is only an imaginative example. But this is the same with Jesus as well, right? See, we may think that, we can't approach Jesus, that he is frustrated with us. No, that is not at all true. He is not flustered. He is not frustrated with us when we come to him for forgiveness, right? He does not say that, I won't forgive you. He is not that type of a person. Why does he not say that? Because he came so that he can take care of us, of our whole life, of all our needs, our everything. That is why he came in the first place. For example, if you take that example, that jungle example, and apply it here, he flew into our jungle, this world that we are living in, and he wants to heal all the people who want to be healed, right? That is Jesus. He suffered, he died on the cross for us so that we can be healed, so that we can be saved from sin, so that you and me, we can experience his mercy, his grace, his goodness. இயேசுக்கிட்ட நீங்கள் அவரை அப்ரோச் பண்ணும்போது அவருடைய இரக்கத்துக்காக, அவருடைய மர்சிக்காக, அவருடைய அன்பிற்காக, when you approach him for his mercy and love, in your sadness, in your sinfulness, right, you are actually going with the flow of his heart's desire. He wants to embrace you with his love. He wants to forgive you, right? He wants to make you whole so that you sin no more. So you see, that is who he is. He is very, very comfortable in forgiving us, in healing us, in taking care of us. He wants to take care of us. He wants to cure us, right? He is very, very comfortable in doing that. We may think that he may be uncomfortable, right? But he is comfortable. He wants to heal you fully. He wants to cure you fully, right? Out of your emotional problems, your relational problems, your physical problems, no matter the problem, he wants to take care of it, because that is what he lives for. It is what he loves to do. Now, you may ask, is this type of thinking biblical? இது வந்து வேதாகமத்தின் அடிப்படையில் இருக்குதுங்களா அப்படின்ற ஒரு கேள்வி நமக்கு எழும்போம். Let me tell you. Consider Hebrews chapter 12. What do we find there? Right, in Hebrews chapter 12, Jesus, over there in that verse, Jesus is called the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Right? Now, the phrase which I want you to focus on over here is for the joy that was set before him. Right? The joy which we find here is Jesus wants his people to experience the cleansing forgiveness from sin. The cleansing forgiveness from sin, and the whole book of Hebrews is celebrating this, the cleansing forgiveness from sin. All right? See, Jesus experienced joy when he sees you and me receiving the medicine of his grace and love. Right? When we approach him, when we take up his medicine of grace and love, he is overjoyed. Right? He is totally and fully joyful. Now, see, as Christians, we may think, see, Jesus is joyful when we obey him. Yes, it's not wrong. It is true. Right? Yes, we want to live a life where we obey Jesus, we please Jesus. அவர் நம்ம வந்து எப்படி வாழ வேண்டும் என்று அவர் நினைக்கிறாரோ அதன்படி வாழ்வது, அவருக்கு ஒபீடியண்ட்டாக இருந்து கீழ்ப்படிஞ்சு வாழ்வது, அதெல்லாம் முக்கியம் இல்லைன்றது இல்லை. ரைட்? அண்ட் அதுவும், and all of those things also makes his heart rejoice. In addition to that, he is also thrilled, right? He is also thrilled when we truly allow ourselves to truly feel forgiven, right? He is overjoyed when we receive his love, and when we receive his love in a way which is not restricted, with, like when we receive his love with total freedom, that makes him, to be even more joyful. He is overjoyed. Right? Think of this example. Would a father want his child to suffocate without air and to only breathe from an oxygen tank? No, a father, a parent would not want that at all. All right? Now think of the same thing and apply it to us. The Bible speaks of us, as Christians in this world, living in this world, it speaks of us as his body, the body of Christ. Right? We are Christ's body. So Christ is the head, we are his body parts. Now, how does a head feel about his own flesh? See, Apostle Paul, he writes about it. He writes about this in Ephesians chapter 5. Right? Paul tells us that the head, Jesus, he nourishes and cherishes the body. Right? Also, in that same chapter, he makes this connection to Christ, right? He says, just as Christ does the church because we are members of his body. Now, you take this for example, when we are hurt, suppose let's say our leg is hurt, right? Would we, would we just, let it be that way? அது எப்படி வேணா இருந்துட்டோங்க, அது அடிபட்டுச்சு, ரத்தம் ஊற்றிட்டு இருக்கு, அது எப்படி வேணா இருக்கட்டும், அப்படியே விட்டுருவோமா? இல்லை, அதுக்கு தேவையான அந்த பேண்டேஜ் போடுறதோ, அந்த மெடிசன் போடுறதோ, அப்புறம் அது ஓவராக ஸ்ட்ரெயின் ஆகாதபடி அதை ப்ரொடெக்ட் பண்ணுறதோ, அது ஹீல் ஆகிறதுக்கு அதுக்கு டைமை தர்றது, இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு ஃபேக்டர்ஸ். This is the same with Christ and the believers, right? We are a part of him. We are the body of Christ. He is the head. We are the body. All right. So in another place, Jesus is asking a persecutor of his people. He is asking in Acts chapter 9, he says, why are you persecuting me? This individual is persecuting Christians, but Jesus is asking him, why are you persecuting me? So when God's children are hurt, Jesus is hurt, right? Jesus himself hurts, right? He himself hurts. What do all of these examples make us aware of? இது மூலியமா நமக்கு என்ன அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் ஆகுது? Jesus as the head and we as his body, he is comforted when we draw from the riches of his atoning work. அவர் நமக்காக சிலுவையில் என்ன செய்து முடித்தாரோ அதனுடைய ரிசல்ட்டை நாம் அனுபவிக்கணும், அதை என்ஜாய் பண்ணணும், அதை நம்ம வாழ்க்கையில் அது இருக்கணும், அதன்படி நம்ம வாழணும். அப்படின்றதான் அவருடைய ஆசையா இருக்கு. தட் இஸ் வாட் கம்ஃபர்ட்ஸ் him. He is comforted when you and I, when we draw from the riches of his atoning work. The question is, are we doing it?